So 3 things you would have said if you were in this debate that they didn't say.
Not really their fault, but I would have said something about Afghanistan and Iraq. I think it's important what's going on there. We're losing more troops in Afghanistan this year than we've lost in any previous year. So I think that was important.
What would you have said about it?
I would have said that I think that if the president is going to announce that there's a time certain when they'll be coming back, that he's pretty much declared an end of the war, and we should not be placing our men and women at risk any further.
So you bring them home.
That the rules of engagement are killing a higher number of Americans that need to be dying in that war under these conditions.
Okay, number two, what would you say?
Number 2, nobody talks about energy. We talk about jobs, we talk about the economy, we talk about the deficit and this sort of thing, but nobody talks about the fact that the state of Connecticut has the highest energy costs in the continental United States. And yes, the cost of doing business here, whether it's taxes or regulations or litigation, is one reason why we outsource to China and elsewhere, why businesses outsource. But the fact of the matter is that our energy costs are driving people out, and unfortunately, Dick Blumenthal has been responsible for creating part of that litigious environment that's bad for energy development.
So what would
you
do?
1 or 2 more nuclear power plants in southeastern Connecticut. Bingo. From companies like Westinghouse and GE, which are U.S. companies, and we have a base of workforce here in southeastern Connecticut that is Navy trained, that is EB trained, that is Dominion trained, that knows how to do it safely.
Okay. Nuclear power brings from Afghanistan. What's the 3rd thing you would have said that they didn't say tonight?
Again, something that hasn't been top of everybody's list, and I don't blame the candidates because they weren't asked that, but I continue to think that the environment is important, that it's important for us to keep our water clean, our air clean, and preserve and protect Long Island Sound. This is a very specific Connecticut issue.
And how would you do it? How would you do that?
I think the best way you do that is keeping an eye on the regulations that have to do with clean air and clean water. If we went to nuclear power, we would have none of the emissions that you get with gas and coal, and yes, we still have...
And obviously the concern nuclear power, is now they're saying, all these companies that want to build nuclear plants now say the market has changed, so they don't have the capital to do that after all.
There are over 30 applications for the NRC, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission today. They're all south in Virginia, south and west, all states that compete.
Right, I'm not disagreeing with you on that point. I'm just saying that the Times reported this morning that the majority of those are on hold and that 8 have even, I think, been withdrawn because they say the market has changed, no longer profitable.
Well, I think that they're made unprofitable by the NIMBY factor and by overregulation, often opposition by the states that are involved.